So I wanted to do a video and just do a quick recap of 2025 for our community. And, it's been amazing being sort of part of this for over 5 years. And, it's really like a community. We have people that have been here since day one and they're still around and they're still participating, still testing new things. And, like recently we had someone today that, they're like, hey, I can't mint, like 45 days worth of tokens. And I have to tell them like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot the configuration address or, for some new smart contract we put up. So, there's still these things and you kind of feel bad. And also this person was recently hacked as well, which kind of made it worse, right? Like maybe he was, maybe they really needed that money. Like it's $100. Like it's, in the grand scheme of things, we have, now $200,000 in liquidity, which is, I mean, fantastic, right? Like, take a look at the liquidity last year. We didn't even have, right? And I think liquidity in this market is the hardest thing right now, right? And if you take a look at our yearly inflation percent, we had a token that was 800% in the beginning of the year, and now it's 100%. Really, this was a milestone. This was our vision when we built that token. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. So it's crazy because I think to me, I just look at the system, I'm like, oh, it's perfect. It does exactly what I needed to do. And, it retains value and I never feel bad for keeping my tokens here because, um, if you take a look at market cap, for example, the base APY for just holding Flux is 4%. And if you burn Flux, that can go up more and more. And, uh, to me, I couldn't build a system that I wanted, how I saw the money. And, for me, I think the biggest thing really in all of the coins and cryptocurrencies is that just lack of liquidity, like, and that's the sort of the last problem I solved in liquidity because, it's like when I built Flux, the first thing I thought was, okay, what people need some use case for a token, right? Like, why would they hold it? And it's not enough, right? Okay, it's too expensive to transact. Let's go to layer 2 and we put up Arbiflux. And then it's like, okay, it's still not enough because there's no liquidity. So then I thought like, okay, we'll just make permanent liquidity, right? So 96,000 right there is actually 96% of liquidity compared to the total market cap. Like there's no token like this, right? So for me, the excitement is kind of crazy because, I see it, like I see the end. It's just how we're gonna get there, like how long it's gonna take us. I don't know. It's been 5 years now, or over 5 years, and we're still making updates. It's because it's like the vision is moving forward, but I just find like there's obstacles. Like I think right now the biggest obstacle is marketing. It's just it's with AI. I just feel like marketing is sort of dead because people can just use AI to just write a million articles a day. Like nothing is stopping you, right? It's just all going to be this AI generated marketing hype. But honestly, like it's just for me, liquidity is king, and I'm gonna stick to that, right? And I just think all of the marketing is just noise because ultimately what people will look at is if your coin or your tokenomics actually work. And I think for me, really, it's like this. I don't think people are not coming to our system because we have no liquidity and no marketing. I just think people are not coming because it's not good enough yet, right? Inflation is still high, 100% too high, right? 40% too high. Now, really, it's like it's the fault of, or maybe it's like in the way the system is designed, where yeah, I mean, the risk is high in the beginning, but once it proves itself, people will come, and then the system will flourish. Because for me, everything is already in place. Like we have the liquidity, percentage is there. Whenever people start trading it, there will be plenty of it. Do you see what I mean? And inflation percent, they're getting there, right? You know what I mean? Like if the price of Flux were to spike up 100%, people cannot just print 100% of supply. They can really only realistically print 42% in 1 year. So the inflationary pressure from Flux is not there. So yeah, I mean, looking at market cap, I'm very happy. Like, it's really the community, I would say, that is, made it all possible. I think without them, you hear stories like that where people just kind of lose money because this, to me, cryptocurrency is all a big test, and the hackers and scammers, they're stress testing the system, and that stress test is needed because if you go mass scale, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Like, you need such good UX and such robust systems that are decentralized that hacking and um, exploits, they're just not as feasible, right? Because you have, for example, like Ethereum recently launched smart wallet compatibility on or MetaMask, and to me, like account abstraction is just so good for user experience because they can sign in with Gmail, and you remove private keys. Like, it's just fantastic because people are much more likely to click Google and let Google handle the authentication, and then maybe you get your phone for any transactions that you do over $100. Like, it's just that is going to be so crazy. People just don't see it. It's for adoption. I don't know. Maybe it's going to take a couple of years, but it's going to be everywhere. And I think really what I'm waiting for is for banks to integrate it. Imagine you go to your bank and you're like, oh yeah, I have my Ethereum account or your Bitcoin account, and you can just trade everything and right in your bank. I mean, it's going to come. I just know it's coming. I think that's the only logical sort of like the next step because you're going to end up with billions of tokens, and how do you trade them all, right? So I think with that, liquidity will be king because I think the way ETFs will work for crypto is they will be ordered by liquidity. Whoever has the most liquidity, they will get the highest percentage of ownership in the ETF, right? Like, for example, if you were to buy right now, a big portion of that will go to Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? XRP, those are the big players. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to once again thank the community. Is like I probably said it a few times already, but after 5 years, this is still kind of crazy. That some people come around and sometimes they don't talk for a year, and they'll come and say something, and they're like, oh yeah, just busy with life, but just minting some flux or something, and it's great. And then you see other people that will maybe mint some flux for whatever they need it for, right? Sometimes you just need liquidity, and it's kind of great. So yeah, I mean, just looking forward to 2026, seeing the inflation go down to 50% for liquidity. I think it's going to be amazing. Thanks, everyone.